This next section may be the most important link that I have found to One Piece, so pay close attention. Ode to Joy is the final movement of Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, completed in 1824, 3 years before his passing. To the rest of the world, it is known as Beethoven's masterpiece, and is even the national anthem of the EU. An incredibly powerful piece which revolutionized music by adding a choir to sing Schiller's poem in the final piece. It was the first symphony to incorporate vocal soloists and chorus, which was previously a purely instrumental genre. The GOAT even managed to write his best piece when he was completely deaf. In Japan, Ode to Joy has a slightly different meaning. Ode to Joy is considered a Christmas carol and may even be the most important Christmas song to the Japanese. So important that Beethoven's Ninth Symphony is nicknamed Daiku, meaning the ninth. It is sung every December all across the nation. The most impressive public performance is a 10,000 person choir singing the German song at the Suntory 10,000 Freude event in Osaka-jo. But why is Ode to Joy such an integral part of Christmas in Japan? To answer this, we have to go back to 1918 during World War I. Japan had allied with the British and had captured troops from the German-occupied Chinese island of Qingdao. The 1,000 German soldiers were taken to Naruto on the island of Shikoku. The POW camp there had commanding officers who encouraged captured soldiers to participate in various activities including playing music. On June 1st, 1918, a 45-person orchestra and an 80-person choir performed the Ninth Symphony for the first time in Japan. The wealthy folks who heard about the performance visited the camp a little while later for an encore, and this event is what led to the 10,000-strong performance all those years later. Just as a side note though, it's interesting that both Oda Sensei and Kishimoto Sensei decided to take heavy inspiration from this event. They both wanted to call their characters Naruto, the name of the city where they had POWs that look like the characters. Is it just me or is that kind of weird? Although Oda has gone on to say Sanji is French, so maybe he's slightly off the hook. The more you think about it too though, it's interesting the fascination that Japanese people seem to have to the Germans. Perhaps O'Hara will have a few things to say on the matter? Hi. Post-World War II, during the US-led occupation, traditional Japanese music, even including kabuki, was censored. What wasn't censored though was Beethoven's Ode to Joy. In December 1946 in Japan, conductor Joseph Rosenstock performed Ode to Joy to the Japanese people who were trying to recover from the destruction of war. For the people of Japan, the song is about survival. It's a piece about healing and a piece that allows them to pick themselves back up, step forward and rebuild. Now, the original message of Ode to Joy is widely agreed upon as this: the triumph of universal brotherhood against war and desperation. It is one of hope that one day all people will become siblings. Wait, rewind? Did you hear it correctly? Yeah, you did, but that would mean...
Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, not that.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Brotherhood. All people will become siblings? I believe this. In this panel, Luffy says, okay, my turn, I'm gonna, and then he goes on to say, become siblings with all the people in the world. See, his goal of becoming the Pirate King is so that he would have enough freedom to be able to achieve this goal. At first, it sounds like a ridiculous thought, a child's nonsense, but in a world with discrimination and segregation, wars, slavery, and tyrannical rulers, this becomes a powerful thought. This is why Luffy must at least become the Pirate King to achieve his dream. It is a goal about peace, since after all, we are all one people. And also, for people who have suffered through terrible treatment from their blood relatives and wish they'd never been born to it, this idea becomes salvation. To know that all people, no matter how alone they may feel, can find connections and ties somewhere out there and become siblings without being connected by blood, because after all, we are all people who live under the same sun. And what does Ace do after hearing Luffy's goal? He teaches Luffy the method in which to do this. You must simply have a ceremony of Brotherhood Sakazuki with the people you want to be siblings with. So, that's what Luffy will do. Not a parent-child Sakazuki or a follower Sakazuki, but one of equal standing, a Brotherhood Sakazuki, with all the races and people of the world. This is why Oda claims time and time again that there will never be any Romans in the crew. They are his nakama, and to him, nakama means family.
Ohana means family.
Bottom line, Luffy sees his crew as his siblings. He doesn't really see people as being above or beneath him. He has always connected with people as if they were his siblings, because siblings will laugh and cry together, fight together and fight one another, forgive one another, and grow stronger together. Sometimes you aspire to be like your older siblings, and sometimes you're there to teach and inspire your younger siblings. Luffy has treated all people this way, regardless of whatever form these people come in. So there, it's settled, alright? No blimmin' romances on the ship. Seriously, you shippers out there need to chill out now. Unless, you're into that kind of stuff, which, no judgment. Now, a final thing on Ode to Joy. One of the reasons that Ode to Joy is so important is that in 1989, Leonard Bernstein conducted the piece in East Berlin to celebrate the fall of the Berlin Wall. It was broadcasted worldwide to an audience of 100 million. What's also insane is that Bernstein also replaced the words joy in the lyrics to freedom. Like, how much more fitting does Ode to Joy need to be to Joy Boy, the drums of liberation, the foreshadowed fall of the Red Line, and the One Piece? I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the anime version plays Ode to Joy to the fall of the Red Line. It also wouldn't be far-fetched, since Ode to Joy has been used in plenty of anime before, such as Neon Genesis, Read or Die, Gunslinger Girl, and Inuyasha. It's also quite beautiful if you think about it. The story of One Piece takes inspiration from history and mythology, religions, science, and the arts, all the while not discriminating who or where the source material is from. It's the culmination of all of human culture that Oda has weaved into this one story. It's as if Oda is trying to embody the message of Ode to Joy through his own masterpiece. And through its success in its manga, anime, and even the live action forms, One Piece has actually brought people around the world together as nakama, while reminding all of us to be a positive influence on the world like Luffy. And is Oda kind of creating world peace in his own Oda kind of way? So what do you think? Does Ode to Joy, the Ninth Symphony, feel like it truly speaks to the core of what One Piece is about? No? Well, does it help if I tell you that the ninth member of the Straw Hats was Brook, our resident musician? Still a no? Okay, well, I guess I can't win them all.